Hi everyone. Today was thumbs up, or today is thumbs up day.
And who loves thumbs up day? This girl.
Thumbs up.
Who's got two thumbs and loves thumbs up day?
Hi everybody.
What's up? It's episode 11. Welcome to The Golden Difference.
I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm your boy Dan. We're rusty.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. Okay, so we have a really awesome shout out today.
Definitely. This shout out is actually amazing. This shout out actually kind of takes us into our topic, so it's really good. So why don't you tell us who we're shouting out to?
Our shout out is to Scott Kessner,
Definitely.
Century 21 The Edge.
Whoop, whoop. Brother, we are so proud of you.
Scott, I'm sure everybody knows that Scott was one of my very first brokers that I started out with, and it goes to show you that I learned from the best, right?
Definitely. Scott, I mean, you talk about someone who has just a heart of passion and of giving, and someone who, I mean, like, ultimately puts himself out there and for the betterment, not just of our local associations or his brokerage, but the entire state of Texas, even nationally. I mean, the guy is amazing.
134,000 realtors in the state of Texas, and our very own Scott Kesner, number one.
Boom.
Scott, I'm super proud of you, and it just humbles me that I got to be part of your team for years, and it goes to show you that you do things right. And my agents know because I followed your footsteps. But Scott, I'm super proud of you. Enjoy your year.
Yeah, no, honestly, Scott, we are both like tremendously, I mean, honestly, you're actually one of my mentors, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like definitely one of Elizabeth's. And, our mentors don't necessarily always have to be someone that you interact with day to day. And, I have mentors like such as Gary Vee and Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone. And, it just kind of got us thinking about, the whole idea of like mentorship. And I mean, Scott's played such a major role in Elizabeth's life. And I just think it's been amazing. So,
Scott, again, we love you. Thank you.
Definitely.
And well deserved. Scott Kessner, you're number one.
Boom. So today we want to talk about mentorship. This is going to be kind of another one of those multi-part series. We're going to be talking about what it is to be a mentor, how to choose a mentor, what it is to be a mentee, how to be a really effective, good mentee. You want to take advantage of, when someone opens up their time, their knowledge base and everything, you want to make sure that you take advantage of that time and you don't waste their time. It's such an important thing.
These series that we do is to bring positivity in our life. It's to bring joy in our life and to do things better. And, I'm so glad that we got to recognize them, because it does bring us into this topic of mentorship and what to look for, how to do it,
Definitely.
So,
I mean, I think kind of the best way to start off would be tell us a little bit about maybe some of the people that have mentored you throughout life. Some of the different people that have really stood out to you and you've learned from and everything.
Well, that makes me happy because, of course, I have to tell you, my mom and dad are my biggest.
I think they're always
mentors.
Your first and foremost.
It starts out at that age.
Yeah.
They teach you right from wrong. They teach you, life's lessons of, you're judged by the people that you keep, and get out there and be your best, do your best. Don't be lazy. Just go out there and achieve. And I have to hand my success in life to my parents, because I learned from them at a young age.
I mean, that's something we talk about all the time. You're definitely the sum of the people that you hang out with the most. A big thing is, you lean into those positive people, the ones that are there and they're trying to help you and they want you to be your best and they want you to just continue to grow. you want to make sure that you spend more time with them. You want to limit your time with the negative people. And that's what I think our parents teach us that at a young age. You know what I mean? They're like, you know, you want to hang out with the good kids. You want to hang out with the people that are going to help lift you up, that are going to boost you to make you your best.
So if you're listening and you're a young kid or you're a student, listen to your parents. They've gone through life and they know what's best for you.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. Yeah, no. I mean, or if you're a forever kid, you know what I mean? You still need your parents to line you out every once in a while. Or even my cousin, I told him yesterday I need to learn how to, you know, get going again. So it could be, family is definitely a big part of, you know, teaching you and shaping you in the beginning.
So the next person that I want to recognize is my 4th grade teacher, Mr. Zambrano. May he rest in peace. He's not with us anymore. But those of you that were in my 4th grade class, was he not one of the best mentors? I know that you guys would chime in and say yes. Literally, at that point in life, I think he, for some reason, resonated in me because he would tell me, set your goals and do the best you can. Don't give me a paper that's half done. You always do the best you can. And it always stayed with me, you know, and I really believe that, I bet you my other 4th grade team people out there will say the same thing. But Mr. Zambrano, I would like to thank you for giving me that discipline to achieve the goals that I wanted to achieve and to sit down and do the best that I can at all times. So thank you, Mr. Zambrano.
Those are awesome. What about like professionally? You know, you went to college, got your degree in accounting, went into banking.
Yes.
You know, like kind of maybe tell us a little bit about like.
I do have to shout out to one of my banker friends, Yvonne Bernal. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be in real estate.
Sometimes you just need that push.
She's like, girl, you get out there and you shine and you leave and do what your heart desires. And real estate was what my heart desired. And thank you, Yvonne, for pushing me.
Over 20 years later, I mean, obviously it was the right decision, you know.
And then I have tons of mentors or tons of people that I look up to in the real estate industry. You know, I'm not going to name too many names because I don't want to leave anybody out, but, you know, they got me to Realtor of the Year. They got me to, I formed my own company, and I do hand it to, you know, I go back and I'm like, I want to be like this person or I want to be like this person, and you look up to them and you set your mind to it and you can do it. And again, I have a lot of people to thank that have put me in this
Who've
place,
helped you to get to there.
who have helped me to
Definitely.
get to this place.
I mean, honestly, you don't get to like a level like Elizabeth's gotten to, or, you know, we were talking about Scott earlier. You don't get to those high levels in any career. If you're, you know, in banking, you're in real estate, you're in a teacher even, you know, it's the people that, you know, have given you their time, that have really kind of helped you along the way. And, you know, they're the ones that have led you up and, you know, make you great, you know. And so that's something, you know, major, I think. So
I think what I'm trying to say is, you go out there and look at the people that you aspire or that you look up to,
or
aspire to be, and ask them for advice, you know. And if they are not open to it, well, then they're not the right ones. I think there's good mentors out there that want to see people succeed, and you go up there and you just tell them, you know what, I really love what you're doing. Help me, show me the way. And
I think a big thing, like you're saying, is, you know, you don't want someone that has like a scarcity mindset. You don't want someone that thinks like, oh, there's only this much business. There's only, you know, there's barely enough for me, and, you know, that kind of thing. That's not really who you're looking for. You're looking for someone that believes that there is no limit, honestly, that there's so much business for everyone can, you know, I call it everyone can eat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to eat, I'm going to get mine, but I want to help the next person, and I want to help the other people to get theirs too. and helping everyone, rising tides raise all ships, I think is really, a big thing. And, definitely you want your mentor to have that mindset for sure.
You're sitting on the couch and you're like, I've always wanted to do this. Just go out and do it. Don't think about it. Get up and go and do it.
Yeah.
If you've thought about real estate, don't think anymore.
Yeah.
Call me, call Danny, call Scott, do it. Just get up and do it. I think a lot of times we sit back and we're like, well, I need to research, or I need to
paralysis through analysis. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of that a lot of times, honestly. I mean, I'm definitely, I overanalyze a lot of things, and, that's, slowed me down. And
he just ran a marathon. He didn't just sit there and contemplate. He just said, I'm going to go out there, and he did it. And he did amazing.
So, I mean, it's whatever you guys put your mind to, honestly, and that's one thing, like, you need to have those mentors that are going to pull you, to that next level. I definitely would have never done what I did this weekend had it not been for a bunch of amazing people that, have been pushing me and prodding me and, helping me to be my best. And that's definitely one of those things that I couldn't have done without those people. So, honestly, that we have like a couple tips, this week that we want to go over, as far as like mentorships and everything. And I need someone that isn't going to sugarcoat things. Like, I want them to sit there and tell me, like, look, Dan, it's got to be this. This is how you got to do it. Get out there, charge forward, push yourself, be your best. And, so having someone that is, you don't always need a friend as your mentor. Sometimes, a friend is going to be afraid to hurt your feelings. It's sometimes hard to be like a mentor. There's a lot of things that I know. There's a lot of things that Elizabeth knows. We can't necessarily always be each other's mentor because,
he's not going to want to hurt my
I don't want to hurt her feelings. She's okay with hurting mine. But you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, Like, it's hard. It's hard. And sometimes, like, they can tell you over and over and over, like, this is how you do it. And then you hear, like, this random person, oh, yeah, that's exactly how we should do it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And they're just like,
that's human nature.
But it is, definitely, you know what I mean? And so having someone that's not going to sugarcoat it, not necessarily going to be your friend either, is going to sit there and like guide you in the right way is so important.
Tough love.
Definitely tough love.
So I think too, you've got to search out. Mm-hmm. So say you want to be a real estate agent. You look for that person that is doing things right. You look for that person that is helping the community, that's selling and doing a lot of real estate. Yeah. So somebody that you aspire to want to be. That's who you look out for. And then you just go and you pick their brain.
No. I think that's so important because, especially like in real estate, I talk to a lot of other agents throughout El Paso all the time. And there's some people that they haven't even been doing it as long as I have, and they're doing so amazing. I'm just like, brother, sister, whoever it is, like, help me. I want to know, like, what are you doing? There's some amazing people that are willing to jump in right away and give you that information. That's so important, I will, definitely. Both of us, there is nothing to me that I wouldn't share with you about real estate. Anybody. I have people that I talk to that, Dan, how do you do this and this? Here it is. To me, I just feel like there's so much business out there. There's more than enough for everybody. And everyone can grow. The market grows, everyone can grow with it. So, one of the things that I think about too is that you always want to, like, when I'm thinking about someone that's going to be my mentor, or I think about, like, someone I'm going to mentor, or, I want someone that can open doors for me, that I can open doors for them. I want them to be able to sit there and I'm not going to be someone's mentor for forever. I want them to exceed what I can teach them and move on to the next level of mentor. And, so being able to introduce them.
To introduce them.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be able to introduce people to someone even better than myself. I always, I always thought this, like whenever I was in banking, is that I felt like if I can't train someone to do my job, I'll never be able to leave my job. I can never move up. And so that's one thing I think of the same way as a realtor or as anything. Like I want to be able to teach someone to do everything I can do, so that allows me to move to the next level of what I want to do.
And you've also got to pick someone that can answer your questions.
Oh, definitely.
So I tell my agents, I may not know all, and I don't know I don't have all the answers, but I know the people that I can get the answers from. So I think it's important that if you're looking for that mentor, that they have answers, that you have questions and they can answer your questions.
Super important, honestly. And that's one thing that I have always admired about Elizabeth and everything, is that she'll be the first to tell you, look, I don't have exactly that answer. Let me make a couple phone calls. I'll get right back with you. And she's been that way since the first day I've ever met her. I love that. I think one, it's a humbleness thing. You're not going to just give someone the answer, just because, I'm going to make it up or whatever. That you will always I want to give you the best answer possible. And that's something I've always respected about her. And since the very first time I've ever met her, she's always had that kind of thought process. So I truly, truly love that. A big thing that I think a lot of people, they're like, I want to go get a mentor. I need to go get a mentor. I'm stuck at a level. I need to find someone to be my mentor. The problem is then, okay, someone comes to me and they want me to be their mentor. And I'll be like, okay, cool. What's your goals? And they're like, well, I need a mentor. And I'm like, oh, cool. But how, what are your goals? And there's so many people that I'm like, look, figure out what you want to achieve. Figure out, what are your goals? Where do you want to end up? What do you want to do? I am more than happy. I just, I feel like I'd waste my time and their time if they don't have a clear path of where do they want to head to next. And so, understanding what their goals are, that is number one.
Well, I think there's sometimes we could get lost in not knowing where to go or what to do.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Sometimes you may not even, you don't see the forest for the trees kind of thing, is that, you don't even know where to start. So if that's the case, that's kind of a little bit different, and that's, where you want to be able to help them to understand what's the steps and what are the steps to, I guess, getting started. We get a lot of people that call and they want to be a real estate agent or something like that. And, they're like, well, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit different, because we're not really in that mentorship, thing. But definitely we want to be able to help everyone in whatever level that they're at.
I want to be able to ask who your mentors are, but since we're doing separate segments or multiple segments, we're going to find out who Danny's heroes.
I've actually,
because he's got some really good heroes out there.
I have some people that have truly made some, monster changes in my life, and I definitely want to give them a shout out.
And I want to thank them too, because they've developed a really cool guy.
No, so actually, so next week we're going to talk about some of my mentors. The other thing that we're going to talk about is actually how to be a good mentor. I think that's something that, we both...
a good mentee.
Yeah, so we definitely want to talk about that too, because it takes both. I think, as a mentor, you want to be... there's so many things you want to be, you know, and we'll go through all that. But as a mentee, there's a lot of things that you also want to bring to the table for the mentor, because that's how you get that amazing relationship. And I mean, there's some people that you've helped extremely, and I think there's been just a really good yin and yang of each other working together and stuff. So
you guys stay tuned for next week, because you really do want to listen to the people that have shaped this guy's life. They're awesome, and I want to thank them too.
No, definitely.
But thank you again for listening in to episode 11. Scott, you're number one, buddy. No,
honestly, buddy, we are so excited. You know, we're so proud of you. Honestly, truly.
El Paso is or should be super proud of you.
Definitely is. You guys
have a great evening.
Love you guys.
Bye. Thumbs up, Dave. Scott, this thumbs up is for you.